Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you can hear me well. Come on in, share this out with your friends and colleagues, and we will get started. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Nashville. Uh, my allergies are kicking up again, but it's still a beautiful morning. So I'm excited about today's topic about quit abandoning your tools. And you're probably like, what is she talking about? But we will jump into that in a minute. I'm going to give you a little bit more time and then we will get started. If you see me looking off to the side, I'm looking at my notes. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Samantha Pointer. I am the technology organizing guru at Get It Together. I help entrepreneurs and coaches organize and automate every aspect of their business, above and beyond just marketing automation. I do every aspect of your business. So that's what I do. I've been doing that for a very long time now. And so I'm excited today to talk about stop abandoning your tools. And by tools, I'm talking about your tech tools. Any tool that you use that's tech or software related in your business, anything that you use to run your business, I want you to stop abandoning them. I was talking to my coach the other day, and we were talking about a new tool that just came out, and he was trying it out. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. Now, please understand, it is my job to know what's out there and what it does and to test it. That's why I can recommend something to my clients, is because I've tested it, I've looked at it, I see what it does, and I test it in my own business. And so that's my job to do that. So he was telling me about this, and I was like, yeah, I got to look into that. And then we just got into a discussion how we've been seeing a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners jump from tool to tool to tool to tool every 5 minutes because they heard some guru is using this tool now. So they drop everything they are doing in their business and go try out that tool. And then another guru will say, hey, I'm using this and I love it. And so they'll drop what they just picked up and go use that tool. And then another guru shows up on some other platform and says, hey, I just started using blah, 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 and I love it. Boom, you guessed it. They drop what they're doing, what they just picked up, and start using that tool. And the problem with that is, I call it the shiny object syndrome. Every new thing that pops up, you're trying. The problem with that is, number one, you don't give your time to actually get to know the tool you're using, or even enough time to really get a good, I guess, collection of data that it's actually working. So it's kind of hard to know if what you're using is actually working for your business if you only used it for a week and you're off to the next thing. So, and another big problem is you're wasting time because you're starting and stopping. Most of the time you're having to migrate your data, which takes time, and you're having to learn it, which takes time. And the time that you're putting into that is time you're taking away from your business and what you actually are good at and what you actually do and how you actually show up and serve your clients. So if you're jumping from thing to thing to thing, that's not good for your business. I always tell my clients and everyone in general, work with it until it don't work. Okay? Just because you need to stick with it. Just because a guru comes up and says, I'm using this now, does not mean you have to drop what you're doing that's been working for your business and still is working for your business and go pick up what they're talking about. I would really suggest that you keep a file called Tools to Consider. This could be a digital file that you keep on your computer or your phone in your notes section, or it could be in a notebook where you write it down. But you don't just run off just because it was suggested and start using it because this guru said this and this guru said that. What people don't understand is usually the person you admire and look up to, their business is usually at a higher level than yours is currently. So if they're suggesting a tool that they're using in their business right now, I guarantee it's not something they were using when they first started. So then what happens is you run off and start trying to implement that tool in your business, and your business is at this level and their business is at this level, and it doesn't work. And now you're frustrated blaming the tool when it wasn't the tool. It was that particular tool was not needed in your business at this time. So always consider that when you're listening to your coach or mentor, someone you look up to, someone who's really crushing it in business, when they tell you about a new tool that they have implemented in their business, unless they say, hey, this is good for people who are in their first 3 years of business or just starting out, you probably don't need to implement that tool yet until you get to that level, because there's a difference in certain types of tools out there between having 100 customers and having thousands of customers. So you really need to consider that. Another thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the ROI for my company? What is the return on investment? Is it saving me time? Is it increasing my income? You need to ask yourself those things before you just run and abandon what you've been using. Again, there's only, 3 times you should drop a tool and start using what someone has recommended that they're showing is working in their business. Number 1, you have no tool in place whatsoever. Then yeah, you should look at, hey, I don't have a tool in place or a system in place for this particular need in my business, whether that's social, email, invoicing, scheduling. I don't have nothing in place for that. So let me go check this tool out that they're talking about and see if it's going to work for my business at this particular point in my business. Okay. Number 2, you should look at a tool that someone suggested if you have a tool in place, but you've outgrown it or it's stopped working for you. So where I say you've outgrown it, what I mean by that is, say you're using a particular email tool and you've looked at your data and you see people aren't converting because you're missing out a particular feature that would make that happen. Then that's when you would go look at that particular tool that has been suggested to see if that's the missing piece you need to take your business to a higher level. Okay. And then 3rd, if it replaces, the only time you should really look at a tool and adopt it is if it replaces 5 or more tools now and will save you money. So, and again, with this one, you need to commit to the time to learn it and to migrate your data before you do that. Know that that's a commitment that you're going to have to commit time to actually learn how to use the tool and time to get all your data from the tool you was using to the new tool. Okay. And you're in luck, because that's where I help people do that. I help them migrate their data and also find the tools that they need. So if you are at that point in your business and need that type of help, definitely reach out to me and let's have a conversation about how I can help you do that. But those are the only times you should pick up a tool that someone is suggesting to you. Otherwise, just put it in that tools to consider file and forget it until you actually need to go look at that, okay? Stick with what you have until it's not working. I've already talked about why it hurts your business. It hurts your business when you're jumping around from tool to tool to tool because you're wasting time by starting and stopping and starting over and migrating data and taking time to learn all that. And some people use that as a procrastination technique to the real work that you have to do in your business. Maybe you don't like sales, maybe you don't like marketing, maybe you don't like doing a particular thing in your business. So jumping from tool to tool, that's an excuse you can use of, well, I couldn't really send out that email blast because I'm trying out this new tool and I'm trying to learn it and I don't have everything. So, or I couldn't do that live because I'm trying out this new tool and I need to make sure that it's going to work before I can do it. So watch out for that, okay? Because that does hurt your business and it hurts your bottom line. So when these gurus are telling you of new tools that they're using in their business, go ahead and put that in your tools resource, tools to consider, but don't just drop what you're doing, because again, you have to make sure that these tools are going to help your business at the level you're at. What is the return on investment should be your first question for everything. What is the return on investment if I use this tool? What is the return on investment if I implement this in my business at this particular time? Okay. Now, you want to use the right tools for you, not necessarily what the gurus use, okay? You want to use the right tool for you and your business. Again, when gurus are suggesting stuff, they're suggesting things on their level of business at the time, unless they specifically say, hey, this is something you should implement now as you're starting out or your first few years of business. This is something good to implement. It's easy and will help you skip past a lot of the learning curve. That is the only time. But most of the time, gurus are suggesting stuff at their level of business because they've outgrown what they used when they first started. And so they have a much higher need than your business might need at the time. That's why it's so important for you to use the right tools in your business that are right for you. Okay, so when you're looking for tools for your business because what you have isn't working and you've outgrown it, or B, you have no tool in place in the first place, you need to look at what's out there that can meet the need that you have at this particular time. You want to consider where your business is at. You want to consider what level you're at in your business. Do you have hundreds of clients? Do you have thousands of clients? Do you just have one or two clients? Again, each tool that you use in your business is going to have different requirements depending on how many clients you have. So you really need to consider that, okay? And let's see. And I see this a lot with email managers. Maybe, you're using MailChimp and then you want to jump to Aweber and then you want to jump to ConvertKit, then you want to jump to the next hottest thing out there. And that's a lot of data to be moving around, and you can lose subscribers in the process when you're doing that. So all these things you have to consider when someone is telling you, hey, this is the latest tool out there, you need to try it. You need to consider all of that, not just, yeah, this might make it easier for me, or yeah, they have a great price going on it now, because, most companies, when they first come out with stuff, of course, they're going to have a great price, but they're also going to run a sale on it too, depending on, the buzz they get. So don't let that be your motivation factor of why you're trying out a tool is the price. Always consider, what is the return on investment for my company? Because if it's a great tool that's a little bit more expensive, but I know that I'm going to have increased clients from this, or I'm going to be able to serve at a higher level, that again will reflect on my bottom line, then I'm willing to pay that price than if it's like a $5 tool, just because, hey, this is $5. Let me go $5 a month. Let me jump on that, but it's not the right fit for my business. So again, consider all of that, okay? So I hope what I've talked about today really gets you thinking. And if you are guilty of jumping around from tool to tool to tool, please stop that right now. Please stop. Just stop. Consider what I said today about asking yourself, what is the return on investment for my business, and also keeping a tools to consider list either digitally or in a notebook where you can write down these great recommendations from the gurus and people you see out there using different things where you can put that information so you can look at it at a later date when your business is ready for that next step, or when a tool that you're using is not working for you any longer, okay? And if you need help with any of that, again, I am here to help you. One training I've done called Get Automated 2017 lists different tools for your business to use to automate your business, automate different areas in your business. And it's not just, I talk about tools for people at this level in business, but I talk about tools that you can use when you're just starting out, when you just started your business, when you don't have that much money to put into tools for your business. I talk about what you can do to automate your business, even if you don't have a big budget or no budget at all. So that's a free training. You can find that at organizingguru.com/get automated. It comes with a workbook where you can really work through what your business needs at this particular time in your business. And you can put all that down. And it has a section in there where you can write down those tools, recommended tools list that you get from the gurus, because it's a working document. So it's handy. So it's going to be your playbook for your business as far as implementing tools to get automated in your business. So check it out. It's organizingguru.com/get automated. And it's about an hour and a half of info. And I'm just going to tell you now, automation is the key to enjoying your business, to expanding and scaling your business, and you're making more money in your business with less time, okay? And enjoying your family and friends and vacation and all that. Automating key areas in your business is a must. Like, there's no way around that. If you really want to grow a business and just not have a hobby, you need to get automation in place. You need to get systems in place right from the start. So this training will help you do that. Now, if you say, hey, that's great, but I know I need systems in place, and I know that I need to get some areas automated in my business, and I'm ready to do that and talk about it, then you're going to want to schedule a free discovery call with me at organizingguru.com/15. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk about your particular needs for your business or your company, and let's get that in place. I have done for you services where I actually come in, sit down with you. We do a comprehensive tech assessment, see what systems you have in place, what systems you don't, where you're lacking, where the holes are, what we need to fill. And it's one-on-one, me and you and whoever else is on your team, working to get your company to be a well-organized, well-oiled, automated machine. So again, if that interests you, jump on over to organizingguru.com/15, and I'll be happy to talk with you further, and let's really grow your business and get it to that next level, okay? Now, next week, I am going to start a 4-part series on automation mistakes. You don't want to miss it. It'll be right here on the Organizing Guru fan page. So Right now, I'm looking at Wednesday. It'll probably be Wednesday morning, but make sure you hit the subscribe button so every time I go live, you are notified. But it's going to be a 4-part series on automation mistakes that companies make in their business and, how to solve that and what to look out for. So part 1 is next Wednesday. Be sure you join me right here, and make sure you are signed up to be notified of when I go live. And you can hop over to my website and connect with me there, organizingguru.com, where you can get on my list and find out, what I'm doing, my blog posts, my podcast, anything of that nature where I share tips for your business, tips, to get organized, tips to get automated. Be sure you stay connected with me, and be sure you join me here next week. If you have any questions about what I talked about today, please drop them in the comment. I will go back and look at them and answer them. And I just want to thank you for joining me. Again, I'm Samantha Pointer. OrganizingGuru.com is where you can find me. I am Samantha Pointer, or Organizing Guru, on all social media platforms. So you can check me out there and connect with me there. And I will see you all next week. Bye.